Hi, everybody. It's Kathy. Oh, see, I thought I did it that time and I didn't. I thought I could sneak away into pausing that without you guys hearing it, and I messed up. But I hope you're doing well. I really do. So, we haven't seen Judge Fleischer in a couple days because of that awesome pro se guy, the victim, the poor victim. Oh, listen, I was talking to Bobby Carafa in Discord, and he has a great show idea. I can't do it. There's no way I can do it. But this would be the greatest show idea we've ever had on here. You know that guy who had 15 kids, 15 daughters, all daughters? It was just a couple days ago. You should remember it. If only we could have a show like Maury Povich. This was Bobby's idea. He would be great on Maury Povich, he said. If only we could have a show to see if he's the dad of all 15 kids. Envelope after envelope after envelope. That would be so cool. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my gosh. But I don't know. We would need a place big enough for all the mothers to come too. But not the babies. They don't need to hear all that. Oh no, poor CJ. You are not the father. Does that ring any bells? Yeah. So many. Okay. So we are going to go to Judge Fleischer today. We have to. We have it in a bit. And I know it's fine because he's going to be on in a couple hours. But I feel like we missed some stuff, right? Hey, Tammy. Oh my gosh, guys. Fozzie's here today. That's a nice change. Fozzie, are you feeling better today? Are you feeling well enough to look at a screen? Fozzie, I think, is probably at work, so he's going to ignore us all day anyway. Anyway, that's fine. No, CRD, if I'm a minute late, he says it the whole stream, which, you know what? Maybe he should. Maybe Fozzie's right and I'm wrong. Okay, maybe not, but you do need rest. You do. Try not to bang any airplanes into each other today, if that's not too much to ask for. Let's see, what are we doing first? Okay, this is just... We're not doing all custody today, but we are doing some custody today. Child support, mostly child support. And this this is we're just going to start with this one. And we can never say anything bad about anything anybody ever wears to court again after this one, I think. I think this one takes the cake.
Ms. Wiersma, are you there? And if so, put on your camera and take off your mute.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it.
That's fine.
Yeah, come here. Trying to figure out the buttons. My bad.
I can hear you. We're hearing the case 14-7214 DC. It's the case of Mitz v. Wiersma. We have both present on Zoom. We also have Mr. Hexel, Mr. Wiersma's...
Good.
No, excuse me, Mr. Mitz's attorney. There's a motion filed by the defendant wants the judge to oversee the case. Mr. Hexel, you have any comment about this or what?
Your Honor, we've been discussing this, and I think the parties are in agreement that they would like to adjourn the trial that's scheduled and attempt some ADR going to FOC for mediation and then report and recommendation if mediation fails. So if the court could assist us in getting to those processes, that would be greatly appreciated. And I think both of these parents want to avoid the impact of a trial.
So there's one scheduled for October 7th, right?
Correct.
And you want me to refer this to mediation, that you're gonna draft an order allowing
I
it to
think this is the
go to
dad.
mediation?
I think.
Yes, and then if we can also get a referral to FOC in case mediation fails for report and recommendation.
Who's gonna pay? I mean, is it just for a parenting time?
Custody and parenting time,
He's
yeah.
so good.
Well, that's
That's
I can't do custody unless I find proper cause change of circumstance. I can't send it to him. If
Well,
it's
I think-
parenting time, I can send it to him.
okay. In our previous hearing, I think we did, but because our custody trial is scheduled for the 6th, it's custody parenting time.
All right. Ma'am, is that your understanding? You want it to go to the, referred to the friend of the court if you cannot reach an agreement at some type of mediation? Who's going to mediate this?
We're going to contact the FOC to see if they have availability. Otherwise, I think a backup could be Dispute Resolution Center. They've used them in the past.
Ma'am, is that what you're agreeing to?
Yes.
All right, then we will refer this to mediation. You can indicate through the friend of the court, or if that isn't available in a timely manner, through the Alternative Dispute Resolution Center. If mediation fails, you'll have to contact me and we'll make a referral to the friend of the court for them to do a report and recommendation. I'm not going to send it there unless mediation fails. Parties, it's $150 from each party to refer it to the friend of the court. If that happens, ma'am, you understand that?
I understand. I'll figure it out.
It's $300 total, and I always divide it in half. All right. But that won't come up unless and until you don't get a mediated settlement. So that'll be a while from now. I don't want to refer it there unless
She came to court in her most pretty PJs, half on, in bed, with a bead curtain behind her. And now we're going to go to Judge Fleischer's courtroom later. We're going to be like, oh, he doesn't have a collar.
mediation fails. Right? We'll also then take off the October 7 trial, and I'm not going to set a new date for it because by the time you guys mediate, and by the time you go to the friend of the court, ma'am, if it goes to the friend of the court, they will make a report and recommend.
Also, which is kind of hard for me to deal with. Sorry, this is just hard for me to deal with. That's her pillow. So like there's no headboard, so nope, unless the headboard is at her feet and her head is right beside the bead door. She's sleeping with her head at the bead door. It's like she could just, I don't know. I don't even know if there's, do you just jump through the beads into the bed? Do you just like take your shoes off and then dive?
Recommendation or what they believe is appropriate. If you don't object to it in a timely manner, it will be entered as an order. I'm just giving you this information ahead of time so you understand this. All right? You understand it, ma'am?
And her
Yes.
arm.
All right. Mr. Hexel, you'll draft the order for the mediation. If it comes to the time where we need to send it to the friend of the court, we will need to do a referral. You can make sure you get something to us indicating that, we need the referral. Make sure Miss Wiersma gets a copy of it. All right. And then I'll actually make the referral. Do you understand how we're doing this, ma'am?
Yes.
I think that's
All
a
right.
dog.
Okay. You'll draft the order. Thank you. Good luck.
Well,
everyone.
take care. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done. Am I good to go, sir?
What?
Yes.
What?
Uh-oh. What do I do?
Oh man. So this judge is so good that I was thinking of doing a live stream for members only of just his docket. It's long. Just trying to think of a great time because all of the clips were good. All of them were good. He's just cranky and forceful, and he'll ask a question and people start talking. No, he just wants the answer to his question, dude. But okay, now we're going. I don't know where this one was. I have no idea what state it's in. If I had to guess, Georgia. But I think this one might be Georgia too. Yep, it is. Here we go.
Your Honor, that will be a negotiated plea.
All right.
This is our grumpy judge's courtroom, but we got a retired judge filling in for him, I think.
And we ready to do it now?
We are, Your Honor.
You may. Thank you. All right. What's the recommendation in regards to Mr. McCrae?
Your Honor, it will be 1 year to serve concurrent with his present sentence.
All right. Mr. McCrae, if you'd be kind enough to raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. All right, if you'll give us your name and age.
Willingly McCrae, Your Honor.
Thank you. Are you a United States citizen?
Sir, yes, sir.
How much education have you had?
12th grade, Your Honor.
Can you read and write?
Sir, yes, sir.
Can you hear and understand my questions?
Sir, yes, sir, Your Honor.
Are you suffering from any physical or mental disease here today?
To be honest, Honor, I'm still kind of suffering on the matter that I'm going through, Your Honor.
I didn't quite understand what you said.
I'm suffering
You didn't
from
understand?
the matter that I was convicted with back in 2004, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right. Does that prevent you from knowing what you're doing today?
It's like, it's making me feel depressed a lot and stuff like that.
I understand, but the issue is, does it prevent you from being able to go forward today with what we are doing?
Yes, sir.
It does prevent you from doing that? We can't go forward today?
I'm good.
You're what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, what?
I'm still alive, but I'm kind of a little lacking a little bit.
I understand, but Mr. McCrae, I need to make sure you know what you're doing today. You know what?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing today?
I'm in court for a plea.
All right, and do you understand that? And you want to go forward with that plea today?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Are you now under the influence of any medications, drugs, alcohol, or narcotics?
No, sir.
You're charged with one count of failure to register as a sex offender. Do you understand that charge?
I think it's either Telfair, Georgia, or Wayfair, Georgia, or Emmanuel, Georgia, or Washington, Georgia. It's Georgia. Or no, not Chatham. It's not Chatham.
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that this court can sentence you from 1 to 30 years with the Department of Corrections and require you
Yes,
to pay
sir.
a fine up to $100,000?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that you had the right to stand on your not guilty plea in this matter?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that if you stand on your not guilty plea in this matter, you'd be entitled to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that you'd be presumed innocent of this charge, and that
Yes, sir.
presumption of innocence would remain with you throughout the jury trial unless a jury were to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that the state would have the burden of proving your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that at a trial you'd have certain constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to confront and cross-examine each witness that the state called to testify?
Sir, yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to subpoena your own witnesses to testify in your defense?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to testify yourself and present evidence in your defense?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to be free from self-incrimination, meaning that you couldn't be forced to testify?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to assistance of counsel during trial, meaning that Mr. Deal would represent?
I'm going to put some pizza rolls in the oven because that's what I want right now. So behave. I'm going to let this play. I'll be right back.
Present you in the trial of the matter?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to be present during the whole trial?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you'd have the right to remain silent at that trial if you so desire?
Sir, yes, sir.
And do you understand that by pleading guilty here today, you're waiving your right to a jury trial and these constitutional rights that I just reviewed with you?
Yes, sir.
And do you have any questions at this point regarding these constitutional rights for either the court or your attorney, Mr. Deal?
Yes, sir. I absolutely have a question I want to open up to you to see what you think about the matter, and I like your opinion on the situation. Like,
What is your question? And I'll tell you whether or not I can answer it.
I wanted to try to file for figure a way that I could file for like a petition, or who can I kind of talk with to see how things can work out with the matter on like trying to file a petition for a sex offender. Like, I want to try to
You're
get
going to
off.
have to consult with a lawyer in that regards, Mr. McCrae. My role is not to give you any advice. My role is to rule on matters that come before me. And so
Yes, sir.
you're going to have to ask a lawyer about that.
Like, what kind of, like, Mr. Deal or Mr.
Well, you can talk with Mr. Deal, and I'll let the two of y'all discuss that. And the court's not going to get involved in that scenario.
Your Honor, if I may.
Sure.
What Mr. McCrae was referring to, and we spoke about this the last time we talked in private, is that he was wanting to know if there's any potential way that he could be removed from the requirements of having to register. I explained to him that that's something that we would have to look into at a later time, but that would not be part of any plea agreement today. That would be beyond the scope of what we're doing here.
All right, you understand that, Mr. McCrae?
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to go forward with this plea?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Deal's been representing you in this matter. He's present here, in the courtroom. Have you had enough time to talk with him about your case?
Um, yes, sir. And I would like to continue with some arrangements.
All right. And are you satisfied with Mr. Deal's services?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then how do you plead to the charge of failure to register as a sex offender in case number 2023R0224, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, repeat that again, Your Honor. I kind of lost track of.
Sure. How do you plead to the charge of failure to register as a sex offender in case number 2023R0224, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor. Well, back then, like, I really lost track on cause I know I was captured in 2023, but I'm trying to figure like what month it.
Well, my question is, in regards to this charge, what I've read to you, are you guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Because I didn't go register.
All right, then you admit that you are guilty.
Yeah.
All right. And you're guilty in fact, meaning that you did not go and register.
No.
No, sir, what?
I didn't.
What now?
I didn't.
You didn't register?
But I was like, they said I wasn't staying at the address, but I absolutely basically was staying at that address.
I understand.
My brother's.
But my question is, are you in fact guilty of failure to register as a sex offender?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, and did you on the 23rd day of November 2022 in Blakely County, Georgia, being required to register pursuant to law after being convicted of a Pulaski County, failed to comply with the requirements of law by failing to give the Blakely County Sheriff's Office, with whom you were required to register, updated information as to your new address, Cochran, Georgia, within 72 hours of the change of your address?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is your plea here today freely and voluntarily given?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone tried to force you or coerce you into entering a plea of guilty here today?
No, sir.
Mr. Childers, on behalf of the state, will you give the court a factual basis for the plea?
Yes, Your Honor, about the date set forth in the indictment, and prior to that date, the defendant is on the Zoom that's being housed at Department of Corrections was supposed to register as a sex offender with the Blackfoot County Sheriff's Department. He did so report to Blackfoot County Sheriff's Department on November 17th, 2022, and registered his address there as living at one spot in Georgia. Later on, the officer with the Department of Community Supervision went to that actual address along with a deputy from Blackfoot County Sheriff's Department. They were advised by the brother of the defendant that the defendant did not stay there, and they had not seen him since Thanksgiving. That's some time after. So warrants were taken for failure to register.
All right. Thank you. Mr. McCrae, it's my understanding of the plea agreement in this matter that you'll serve 1 year with the Department of Corrections, and that sentence would run concurrently with any present sentence that you're running. Do you understand that recommendation?
Yes, sir.
And is that the agreement reached between you and Mr. Deal on the one hand and the district attorney's office on the other?
Yes, sir.
Have there been
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, Donald.
any other promises made to you in return for your plea of guilty?
No, sir.
All right. You have been sent a form. It's called an acknowledgement and waiver of rights and intent to enter a guilty plea.
Yes, sir.
Bubba gum.
All right. And you filled that form out?
Yes, sir.
You understood that form?
Yes, sir.
And you signed it?
Yes, sir.
And you, Mr. Deal, signed it?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that that's going to be made part of the record in your case?
Okay.
All right. Had you stood trial in this matter and were convicted, you'd have the right to an appeal. If you couldn't afford an attorney to represent you in that appeal, do you understand that this court would appoint you an attorney to represent you in that appeal?
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you understand that by pleading guilty here today, you're waiving your right to such an appeal?
Yes.
Mr. McCrae, I intend to accept your plea of guilty and the recommendation, but I'll give you the right to withdraw your plea and you can proceed to a jury trial. How do you wish to proceed?
I accept.
All right, you want to go forward with your guilty plea?
We like how long it take for the arrangements? Like if I want to a jury trial.
Well, I can't tell you how long that would take. But if you want a jury trial, we'll accommodate you.
I just go on with that.
He's
You
up
what
here.
now?
He's in jail.
I go on with that.
All right, you want to go on through with your guilty plea?
Yeah.
All right, very good. The court accepts Mr. McCrae's guilty plea, finds that there's a factual basis for the plea, finds that he has freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered into such plea. The court sentences him to 1 year to serve with the Department of Corrections, and that sentence shall run concurrently with any present sentence that he is under. Mr. McCrae, you'd have 30 days from the date that this guilty plea is officially entered, in which to file an appeal. You'd also have the right to file a motion to withdraw your guilty plea if the same is filed within this specific term of the Superior Court of Blakely County. Have you been issued a weapons
Blakely.
carrying license?
Sir, no, sir, Your Honor.
All right. In light of the fact that I have sentenced you here today to a felony, you'd have 4 years from the date that this sentence becomes official in which to file a petition for habeas corpus if you feel your constitutional rights have been violated in any way. Now, Mr. McCrae, do you authorize Mr. Deal to enter your guilty plea in this matter?
Yes, sir. He's a good lawyer.
Yes, sir, he is. So can he sign your guilty plea in this matter?
Yeah. But like the last when Miss Wall was present, she was the judge on the last one. Mr. Hyman, he was representing. He's supposed to be representing.
Well, you want both of them to sign it for you? They're both here.
Hey, you. How are you? Am I down? We missed you. Thanks for stopping in.
I try to kind of postpone and make it a way that I could make a appointment with Mr. Hyman and.
No, sir, we're going to finish it up today, or we're not going to finish it at all. And so you tell me.
Well, it's too late now, so I guess I'll just stick with Mr. Deal.
Okay. All right, and he can sign your guilty plea in this matter.
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, let's let the plea be entered.
I thought my camera was off. See? Cameras suck. Darkest, move here. We'll take care of you. Plus, I'll give you a free cat.
Mr. McCrae, I'm signing your name with your permission.
What's that now, sir?
I'm signing.
Yep. We all knew that one sentence wouldn't get by. He needs to know.
Your name on the plea form since you've given me permission to do so.
Yes, sir.
This plea has been entered.
All right, thank you, Mr. Deal. All right, is there anything further from the state in regards to Mr. McCrae?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Deal, anything further on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that'll conclude this matter. Good luck to you, sir. And
Yes, sir.
that'll take care of our WebEx meetings.
Yes, sir.
So I changed my mind and I did bagel bites instead of pizza rolls, which I don't particularly enjoy either. I haven't had bagel bites in forever. And I can't say they were good. They were not good, but somehow they were satisfying. I don't know what it is about them. They don't taste yummy. They taste terrible, but maybe it's the chewiness of it. You should all go get some bagel bites and try them. I bet you haven't had them in years either because they're not good. Okay, now I'm going to skip one and go back to it. But first, I want to show you this. It's sort of very Judge Middleton and Judge Fleischerish of him.
Everybody out there in YouTube land, hello, especially to Cheryl and Misty and Sharon, if you're on. We're all happy about the continued improvement with Dan. That's a big part. Good luck, everybody. Thank you. All right.
He's talking to his YouTubers. Isn't that funny? Then he has that great big red message on his screen, which I'm not going to read. Okay. I do too. I really want to play that docket in a members only because I mean, it's a long docket. And there's no way I'm going to go live for that many hours. Live. If I do this, if I do the whole docket minus the ones that we're doing today, for members only, don't feel that you have to show up and stay for that long of a docket. I'm just and just so you know, since it's going to be for members only, I'm going to pause the hell out of it. I'm going to say, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to pause, I'm going to talk to whoever is in chat. So if that's not your kind of thing, that way we can avoid fighting in the chat room. Okay, here we go. This is called child support. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do child support. With an interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm getting feedback. All right, I don't think I am now. Kind of getting some feedback. All right, now it's fixed. All right, we are here in the case of Greening versus Boyer, case 14-5905-DC. Both parties are present via Zoom. Mr. Hexel is present via Zoom. Mr. Browning, attorney representing Mr. Boyer, is present in the courtroom. You should be able to see him through.
It's literally 9 bites, 9 tiny little bites. So I don't know how long it takes you to eat 9 bites, but I ate them. I ate all 9 bites.
Services here, and as I say, Mr. Hexel is representing Ms. Greening. This is the plaintiff. Ms. Greening's miscellaneous motion.
Plus, I'm a mom of 3, single mom of 3. What's the serving size? I don't know how you guys parented, but I didn't have time to actually eat for the last 20-some years. The only way I could eat was to shove food in my face as fast as possible. 4 pieces. 4 pieces is a serving size. So I ate double a serving size. So 4 bites is 1 serving. Nobody takes 4 bites at any time of anything. Who only takes 4 bites and then they're done? Oh yeah, that felt good. Whoo! But those 9 bites were fine. I feel fine. Yeah. When you are a mom, there's food, hot, cold, good, bad, it doesn't matter. You just or you don't eat.
What she's really saying is she wants dad's parenting time suspended or have it supervised. Our family wizard, she wants, and she wants the counseling and whatnot for the child. I'll start out and talk about there's something that Mr. Boyer has objected to the entry of the friend of the court report and recommendation. Mr. Browning, what's going on with this? Because no objection was filed.
Well, Your Honor, we filed something in response to this particular motion, Your Honor, and of course we did have we did file something to be heard on September 20th, but what we have filed
You're
today
welcome.
is entirely different and it is not in relation to the reported recommendation, except insofar as Mr. Hexel's motion that we're being heard today mischaracterizes and misunderstands the report and recommendation in part.
Well, I mean, the report and recommendation was entered because no objection was filed by either party.
Right.
End of story.
But this isn't our hearing. This is Mr. Hexel and Mrs. Greening's hearing.
Yeah.
Yes. And our response to that.
All right, fine. Mr. Hexel, what do you have to say about your motion?
Your Honor, we were here a couple weeks ago or a month or so ago about this matter. There was an order from yourself that there was to be no interference with the phone. We filed an ex parte. Judge Gardner said no interference with the phone. We were here last time. You said if you heard that there was more interference with the phone, if there was communication with the child regarding this matter or about Ms. Greening herself, that you would suspend his parenting time. Even since the front of the court recommendation order, these things continue. The child comes home and reports to her professionals, to her mom, that these things are still going on. They're having a negative impact on her. She's being put in the middle. She has ADHD. She has anxiety. All of this stuff has a long-lasting effect on her. Mr. Boyer just simply doesn't understand that his actions are impacting his daughter. The court has ordered that we seek counseling. Mr. Browning was to prepare the order. That order was never prepared. So I'm asking the court today to enter the order for the counseling, that there won't be any interference with the phone, that he won't talk about the case or Ms. Greening, to enforce that order and make it clear to him that this is serious by reducing his parenting time until we can get this counseling in place so that this child can be protected. In the meantime, too, we're asking that Mr. Browning and Ms. Greening use our family wizard to communicate. He sends her multiple text messages a day. It interferes with her work. We just need one place where the questions can be asked and answered.
Do any of y'all, I say y'all because I'm going down south, and Nan, I already know the answer for you is yes. So anyway, do any of y'all eat boiled peanuts? Like they boil them in salt water and the shell gets soft, and then you just take the whole peanut, shell and all, and you just eat it. And then they do like jalapeno boiled peanuts, and I how did I know? Guess who else probably eats them? Guess. Just take a wild guess. Yep. Fozzie. Fozzie, who doesn't like food at all, probably puts nasty, mushy, wet peanut shells in his mouth and says, wife, get me more. I tried them once. Oh yeah. I knew that you would like them. I knew it. You get yourself, you go into your little food things along the road and you get your fried pickles and your boiled nuts. I don't know. I'm going with no on this one. I'm going with legal does not like boiled peanuts. I don't know why. I'm thinking too much salt for him. I'm thinking he'll say, nah, can't eat that. That's too much salt. I'm also guessing Linus would say, nuts are good for your diet, but not that much salt. No, you won't. You don't like fried pickles? Then you don't have an accent. Then you lied about your accent. Because boiled peanuts has too much salt. Because You said you were from the South, and everybody from the South eats fried pickles, biscuits, sweet tea, and boiled peanuts. I don't, they're not my favorite. I just like regular salted. But anyway, what were we doing? Oh, yeah, this guy keeps taking his daughter's phone.
Mr. Browning, let's start out with the easy one. Why object to our family wizard?
Well, we haven't objected to our family wizard, and I don't think that my client would object to a co-parenting app.
All right. Then we'll order our family wizard.
I'm sorry,
Each party
Jaggers.
pay their
That is
own
my
part.
fault.
Yeah. As far as his other things, what do you have to say? Because there is clear, even in one of his text messages, if you will, he basically is saying, you know, I can do what I want with that phone.
Your Honor,
and I'm tired of it.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe this.
More than tired of it. Go ahead.
Sorry.
It is never good when the judge interrupts your lawyer twice to let him know how tired he is of you. That's not a good thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Hexel has misstated the timeline. You told us that he was to stay away from the phone back in June. Yes, he did. Yes, you did. However, the kind of the report and recommendation, once it says something different, then allows him to at least monitor the phone like a normal.
Is it in an order of the friend of the court?
Yes, because we didn't timely object to it. So then it's.
And just see.
And also, it's, as I stated, page 6, paragraph 6.
That's in the report. That's not in the order.
So
is it in the order? Is it in the order? The court speaks through its orders, not its, you know, background and all this kind of stuff. It's in the court order. Can you show me in the court order where it says he can mess around with their phone? Does stuff like transportation, other parenting, summer exchanges, will not use substances or alcohol 12 hours before both parents written. I don't see anything in the court order about him being able to do anything with the phone. The court order is what I deal with. I don't even read the report and recommendation. I get the order.
Okay.
Judge wants the order. Fozzie, boiled peanuts, good or bad? CRD wants to know. We'll just sit here and wait until you answer. Some people want to watch courts today, Fozzie.
Well, I didn't realize that the report and recommendation specifically excised the portion that says that only the parents were allowed to monitor the child's phone behavior. I could use to have a copy of the report and recommendation or the.
I don't care what the report and recommendation says. The court order doesn't say anything in there about it. And the last thing that I said is he's not to mess with the phone. And quite frankly, that order hasn't been entered yet, but there was something said about that. At that, we don't have an order from the prior order that I made, correct?
That's correct, and that's what I'm asking for today.
Well,
I filed a motion to enter because Mr. Browning didn't prepare the recommendation order after the last hearing.
And so do you have the proposed order here?
I think it was attached. The only point of clarification is that that does have the parenting time from the last referee recommendation. I think we just need to clarify that the front of the court recommendation order is the current order of the court. Because this would enter subsequent to that.
It's not the current order though, dude.
And you're asking for the order that you have the entitled referee recommendation and order. 3 pages, right?
Correct.
Says, now therefore is recommended that the court enter the order as follows. The order dated through May 13 is set aside and defendant's counsel shall resubmit it as a referee recommendation order, shall have parenting time every Saturday and Wednesday parenting time, pending court order, report and recommendation, which is pending. Neither party shall discuss the case with the other, and the parties will cooperate setting up therapy. That's all it says. Doesn't even say anything about the phone in there. Right?
I must have overlooked that, Your Honor, but we can clarify that today as well.
That sounds so good.
All right. So, counsel, I mean, are you telling me that I didn't tell him to quit messing with her phone?
No, Your Honor, I am telling you that we were under the impression that the report and recommendation, since it was not objected to, was entered in its entirety, and we may have made a mistake.
Sorry, shell on or off? You do mean shell off, right?
The portion that says that the parties alone will correct, monitor, and discipline HB's behaviors and phone activities without third parties. Okay. Well, he can stop immediately. I did not. I sent him this, obviously. And that is why he thought he was now, with all the other restrictions that this report and recommendation put on him, cut his parenting time way back. He's been complying with that. And while we haven't successfully set up in counseling, he has been attempting quite well, as the legal counsel says, to do that. He has not received cooperation from the opposing party. He has not had the child's insurance card, which is necessary. He does have an appointment set up finally for this Saturday, if, in other words, tomorrow, if he can get the insurance information from Ms. Greening, and that would be with.
Do you think that's his new girlfriend or wife, maybe? This woman in the back for Barney Boyer?
As he said, Forest Hills Therapy Center with Rhonda Densborn. Your Honor, my client is not trying to ignore the court's orders.
But he did.
He honestly thought that he was now, that the court and the FOC investigator, who was pretty harsh on him otherwise, at least allowed that he and not his spouse would be allowed to monitor. I mean, she's 11.
She's 11. He sent messages that the mother gave to the judge last hearing that the father says, I don't care what people say about this phone. I'm going to do whatever I want with her phone. And he goes through the phone. He finds the mother's messages to her. And then he talks about the divorce case. See, this is why your mother, blah, 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 blah. And the daughter is, daughter can't handle it. So the daughter has a therapist and her mom. She goes home. She tells the therapist, this is what dad did. She tells mom, this is what dad did. So they tell the judge, this is what he's doing. The judge says, don't you do it again, or I'm going to take your parenting time away. And then they come back. And the judge says, don't you do it again, or I'm going to take your parenting time away.
You know, he's not.
You know, and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he could not look at the phone to see if there is something, if she's involved in some kind of bad conversation somewhere. Okay. I'm not saying that he can't look at it. All right. I'm saying he can't take it from her. I'm saying he can't, he's using it as discipline and stuff. She's got to be able to have her phone. I know she's only 11 and I don't know when,
He's not doing those things anymore. He has not done anything like that since.
Lies.
Just that the opposing party is alleging that
That's why we're here today, because he did it again.
he isn't supposed to touch the phone whatsoever.
Mr. Hexel, are you saying he's not allowed to touch the phone?
I don't think that that's what you said. I think you said he's not allowed to interfere with the phone.
Right.
He's using the phone to go through it and take it away from her. It's caused intimidation.
That's what I'm saying. He can't. But every parent should have the right to look at, to make sure she's doing something appropriate. If she's sitting in the back seat on it, I don't know what she's doing, and mom doesn't know what she's doing. Maybe she's texting some guy who turns out to be 40 years old, and he's trying to groom her. I mean, that's one thing. All right.
If that's what he was doing, that would be fine, but that's not what he's doing.
It's another, and if he found that was the case, he should contact Miss Greening and say, whoa, we got a problem here, okay? And that's the only thing he's there for. He's not there to take the phone away from her and all that. That's what was being done before, as I understood it, is, and looking through it, it's not any problem if she's texting her mom or all this kind of stuff. It really is not this difficult to do. Quit using her phone as some kind of a weapon against the child. And that was not entered as an order. So, Mr. Boyer, that just because I get all kinds of stuff, it's a 10-page document stating things, it's a 3-page document of an order. No objection was made to the order. All right? By either party.
So what he just said there was, this lawyer is saying, oh, but it's in the report. So we thought it was the order. Then the judge is saying, the order is 3 pages long. The report is 10 pages long. Not everything in that report is an order. What's in the order is the order of the court, not what's in the report.
Governs right now as far as what type of parenting time you get. You get Wednesday from 4 to 7 and alternating Saturdays from 1 to 7. All right? That's basically, and talks about some holidays and stuff like that. Neither party objected to it. So that's entered. So what else? Counseling for the child. Well, have we agreed on a counselor?
We have not, Your Honor. We've proposed Fountain Hill, anyone at Fountain Hill, Ben Burgess, anyone who's used to these kind of cases. Mr. Boyer accuses Ms. Green of alienating. It would be best that we have someone who's, used to that, used to the court process, who can dig in and deal with this stuff. So we proposed anyone at Fountain Hill, essentially.
When he proposes somebody else. Number one, why, if she has an insurance card and stuff like that, why doesn't he have access to it?
My understanding is she's provided him the information that he needs.
Why? I mean, isn't there a card you've got for insurance?
Anna, do you have a card?
Yes. It was originally asked that I provide that so that they could have Zoom family counseling. And that wasn't something that I agreed to and wasn't something that was ordered by the court.
I don't care. He gets the insurance information.
Okay.
Period. You get it to Mr. Hexel. Now you can make a copy of the card. I don't care what. All right. We're going to get to the next section of who's going to counsel. All right. He's proposed somebody this Saturday. Do you have any idea who that is? Have you provided that to opposing counsel at all?
Well, I just received this, but Mr. Boyer has been trying to communicate with Ms. Greening as to.
Well, they don't.
I threw a phone at my son once. My son came up to me when he was littler than my shoulders, so he wasn't like a teenage boy or anything. And this little boy came up to me and started calling me some very bad words. So after he landed in the closet, I threw the phone at him and said, there you go. Call whoever you want.
Communicate very well because we know that. We got to do our family wizard. All right. So I got two counsel here who should be able to figure this out. And it doesn't necessarily, the counseling doesn't necessarily have to be on his parenting time only. Right? He doesn't get very much parenting time, and I'm not saying he has to have it on a Saturday because that's going to extremely limit who we can even have. There are many counselors that are going to be working on Saturday or Wednesday night. The hours, Mr. Hexel, what do you say? You've proposed somebody, Mr. Browning. What is wrong with somebody they proposed?
Well, just Your Honor, it wasn't so much that there was anything wrong with them, but Mr. Boyer was in the process of trying to arrange counseling, and now he has. I think that's Forest Hills Therapy Center. I don't think there's anything wrong. The appointment is all set if we can just get Hannah's insurance card.
You'll have her insurance card promptly, but what you got to provide some information. I don't have any idea who this counselor is. Do they work with adolescents? Do they? What is the counselor? Do they work with family reunification? Do they? I don't know what they specialize in. Do they specialize in drug counseling? I don't know.
Okay, we can provide that information, or if Mr. Boyer has that at hand, if he could be permitted to speak about his counselor that he's looking.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to provide that information.
Unmute yourself.
If I may, Your Honor, the first time I heard about this specific Fountain Hills counselor was through that order. I had been trying to schedule therapy with Hazel for the last month or more without cooperation from
My Lord.
Hannah.
This isn't helpful. I'm asking you what your counselor supposedly is that you got a counseling appointment with.
All right, yeah, the counselor is Rhonda at Forest Hills, and she specializes in family therapy and cases like this.
Rhonda, that's her only name?
I have her last name.
It's Densmore.
Rhonda Densmore, yes.
Densmore?
Yes, sir.
Densmore. S-B-O-R.
B-O-R-N-D.
No, sorry.
Mr. Hexel, you and your client can look into it. Do you have a problem if she goes this Saturday to there?
I mean, this is the first that I've had an opportunity to do any research on her. I don't know anything about her. Briefly looking online, it looks like she does individual, family, and marital counseling. I think here we need someone who does more of a rehabilitative approach for Mr. Boyer and Hazel. I can look into it more and talk to Mr. Browning, but I think Fountain Hill is going to be a better service to do what we need to do in this case.
Not necessarily. Fountain Hill is pretty expensive too. But okay, I'm going to tell you, the two attorneys got a week to figure out where the counselor is going to be, okay? If you can't agree on it, you'll each submit a couple names in here and I'll pick. If you can't agree, I'm not going to keep going on and on and on about picking a counselor. Some of it, Mr. Boyer should get a little bit of deference in it because it's to try and he's got the problem, okay? And he's going to have a big say in where he wants to go to counseling as long as it's appropriate. If it's a marital counselor, it doesn't help out a lot. It's more of a reunification type of counselor to deal with the child. The attorneys will exchange their names, talk, whatever. In a week, if you can't come up with it, you'll submit 2 names to me from each of you. Reasons why the other person's names aren't appropriate or what. And I guess I'll just randomly pick because I don't know what else to do. And if Mr. Boyer's are appropriate from a certain, they deal with reunification and stuff like that, I'm likely to go with his.
So the father wants, all right, let's go with the mother. He's accusing her of parental alienation, which is why the kid won't talk to him right now or doesn't want to, bad things about him. But he only gets to see his daughter like once or twice a week. Once 1 week, twice the second week. Once 1 week, twice the second week. So her lawyer, the mom's lawyer, wants a lawyer that is prepared to deal with reunification and accusation of parental alienation so that they can work it out and figure it out. Dad's picking a lawyer that does family counseling. So the judge is leaning towards Dad's lawyer because he's saying, well, Dad needs help. Dad's going to have to go to this. Therapist, not lawyer, therapist. Dad needs to help. Dad's going to have to go to the therapist. So Dad should be able to pick someone that he's comfortable with and he likes. and that's all fine. If that person is able to handle a case like this and not just family counseling.
Because as I say, this is his problem that he's dealing with. All right. And you obviously got to get along. But if the counselor isn't going to help you, then you ought to look at some other counselor. So that'll be the order, is that first of all, we're going to do our family wizard. Second, parties will figure out a counselor over the next week. If they can't, they'll submit names to me and I'll pick it. Third,
they can. So this whole docket is child support, and I would say 50% are parents that don't agree, and 50% are parents that do agree, and they're working together. And I mean, some moms are saying, no, I don't really need that much child support. Some moms are saying, yeah, give him more time, whatever he wants. They don't even need friend of the court to step in. We got this. We're happy. So it's like, it was like 50-50, but you'll see when I do that stream. I might be able to do that today. I have off today. I was going to sleep, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Awesome. We only see the bad ones on here. Because you guys would be bored silly if I played the good ones. Not that you listen to the case.
There is to be no interference with the child's phone. All right. You understand what I mean? That does not mean you can't look at it. It means you can't take it, at least at this time. You can't take it away and that kind of stuff. Right. Anything else that I need to address at this point? I'm not.
Your Honor,
but
then neither party will discuss this proceeding and neither party will discuss the other party.
If I find out, Mr. Boyer, that you are discussing this, because it's pretty clear that the psychiatrist or psychologist that is talking to this child says you are, and I don't know how much else I can say other than if you don't stop it, I'm not going to let you see the child.
You've already said that a couple times, Judge. You've already said that.
End of story. You will see the child at Journeys 1 hour a week. All right. So if I get some counselor saying that, oh, the girl comes in and is talking about all this and that kind of stuff, I'm going to listen to the counselor and I'm going to stop it. I'm just tired of it. Miss Greening is not the enemy. I know you think she is, but she's not. She's the mother. All right. I don't care what she did in the past, and she's not to beat up on you. Miss Greening, this goes for you too. I don't know if you're a saint or not, but very few saints come in front of me. So I'm just telling you, nobody, I don't know how much firmer I can say it. I am just sick of this stuff, and I'm going to stop your parenting time if I get any type of valid information that you are discussing this with the 11-year-old child. It doesn't seem like you can help yourself from doing it. And then we'll tell her, don't tell anybody about this. She's going to be going to counselors and she's going to be dealing with them. And I hope she opens up. And if she tells anybody that, I can't tell you stuff because my dad says no, I'm going to listen to the counselor. I'm going to stop your parenting time. You're going to visit 1 hour a week at a supervised location.
Happy big 60th birthday.
Who's going to draft this order? And can we get the order in here now?
I will draft it and I'll get it to the court today.
Do you care if we enter this other order?
I can just condense it all into one.
All right. Condense it all into one. Send it promptly to Mr. Browning. You need to deal with it promptly. Okay. If you have objection, talk to Mr. Hexler right away. All right. I got to get these orders entered. The parenting time order dictates the parenting time right now from the friend of the court because nobody objected to it. Anything else, Mr. Hexler?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Browning.
One point. it's clear that Ms. Greening is talking about the proceedings with the child because
I just told her she better not either, because if I get that information, what do you want me to do? I've been so straightforward. I don't know what else you want.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hexel, see if you can get that. I know you're a busy man, but see if you can get that to him promptly. Miss Greening, get a copy of your insurance card or whatever to your counsel right away. You can probably email it to him or fax it to him or something so that he can provide it to Mr. Browning. I would like it done today if possible. All right.
We'll do, Your Honor.
Should the counseling appointment for tomorrow at Forest Hills be kept?
I mean, I don't really care. Do you care? I mean, it's not like she's going to get hurt there. That may not be where she ends up going. All right. And it's on his parenting time.
Yeah. I have no objection to that, as long as it doesn't.
I mean, there's no objection to it. Maybe he won't want to, because I don't know that that's going to be the final counselor either. We'll figure that out. I mean, if you want to take her to counseling tomorrow, have at it, I guess. But I don't know that it's in. You figure it out. Anything else?
Okay.
Nothing else from council? Thank you both very much. We're adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Are you ready to go on Mitz?
So I was very good as a child, very good, but my sisters were super bad. I mean, super, super, super bad, and they're both in and out of jail right now. They were super bad. The problem was in my house, you know, when somebody did something wrong, it's not like my sisters. So someone would break a dish or something, whatever. Neither of my sisters would step forward and say, I'm the one that did it. No, 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 that's not what happened. So my parents stopped asking who did it. It didn't matter who did it. If somebody was bad, all three of us just lined up for the belt. We all got the belt. When someone was bad, everybody got the belt. They didn't ask who did what. They didn't care who did what. We all got in trouble. But I was so good as a child that I got the belt all the time, and I never even did anything wrong. My sisters owe me. Okay, so now we're going to go to Thursday. Thursday, Fleischer. Hold on, I got something on my screen. He had a little black mark on his face. Yep, Tina was with me. You just got the belt. You just go upstairs, wait till your father gets home. No, nope, nope, nope. I'm calling BS on that right away. The youngest never gets blamed. Never, 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 never. Ever. Even when they're wrong, it's still the older's fault for some reason. Why didn't you stop her? Yep. I never got, I mean, I might have gotten grounded maybe once or twice, but it was almost always the spoon, the belt, the stick, whatever was, whatever was the one. Yeah, no, no one in my, no, we never tattletaled. Never. Didn't matter if we did or didn't. We were all going to get it. Oh no. My mom just said, get upstairs and wait for your father to come home. That was it. Although she did hers. She got hers in too. He uses the belt. She uses the spoon, the stick, the Hi Louise. Yep. My youngest was the naughtiest and got way he was allowed to do the most. Yep. Oh yeah, everybody got it. Everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, never mind. Okay. Now we're going to Judge Fleischer. Oh, it's been a while for Judge Fleischer. This is gonna be fun. I hope this is a good place to start. I think we did see some of Judge Fleischer on Thursday. I'm sure we did. So I'm hoping that this is a good place where we left off. Thursday was like 7 years ago to me, so I have no idea what we did on Thursday.
Jasmine, Bautista, I think we need to do PC on it.
Is this a new case?
Bautista.
Yeah,
Yeah, you-
is it a new case? No.
It is, well, you haven't done PC on it. This is my setting, my first setting.
Right, you want it? Is she here?
Yes, she's
Am I
here.
bringing her up?
Yeah.
Come up, Miss Bautista.
Go around the other way for me.
Roy,
He's new. He really is still new, guys. It hasn't even been a year. Which one in chat are we
you are
talking
Jasmine
about?
Bautista?
Joking.
Miss Bautista, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. On both of those, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you. Okay.
Officer conducted follow-up investigation at 1505 Serpentine Drive, San Jacinto City in Harris County, Texas. Officer traveled to the residence and observed approximately a couple bullet holes, and the complaining witness advised that on August 25th at approximately 1:40 a.m., a dark-colored Dodge vehicle opened fire on the residence. No injuries were sustained. Complainant 1 advised that her brother's wife, later identified as the defendant, had recently made threats against the family. The complainant advised that her brother, complainant 2, and defendant had a fight on August 18th that escalated into a physical altercation. The complainant and other family members tried to separate them, and the defendant threatened to kill the entire family. The defendant threatened to have her brothers come and shoot all of them. The complainant, the defendant's husband, told officers that during the argument on August 18th, the defendant attacked him. Complainant advised that this was when the defendant threatened to have her brother shoot and kill the entire family. Complainant believed the threat and fears for his life and his family's safety.
Jeez.
Officer was given a video of the incident showing the defendant grabbing onto the complainant's leg and yelling, "You're all going to die, bitch, you and your fucking kids."
That statement, "you're gonna die," say that last
I
statement
will.
again?
You're all going to die, bitch, you and your fucking kids.
You, meaning the
Meaning the
complaining witness, which is,
it was the
is that
defendant.
Maripa?
There's 2 complaining witnesses. There's the defendant's husband and then the defendant's husband's brother or sister, my apologies.
Okay, so it's a sister-in-law. So Ivan is the husband. Are you currently married to this person? Okay,
I would enjoy
did I
that
hear
part
you
of my
say
job.
anything about the assault? What did you say about the assault? No, you were, that was just the terroristic threat.
In there, it says that there was a video of the defendant grabbing the complainant's leg. And then and there was also a physical altercation that they had to get involved in to separate them.
Okay, well, tell me about the assault. There has to be some kind of,
Can I have a response when he's done with that?
absolutely.
Let me see if I can find the OR, Your Honor.
Sure.
Is this your first time in court, attorney? You have to wait your turn. Yeah, rude. We're still trying to find probable cause.
Yeah, I have here, it says, on August 18th, 2024, the defendant, Jasmine Bautista, and the complainant were arguing and they were physically fighting. Raquel Zamarripa stated she saw the defendant scratching her brother. Raquel stated that she got involved to try to stop them from arguing and fighting, and that is when the defendant began screaming threats to her. The complainant and the other household members that she was going to have them all killed. The complainant statement, she believed the defendant could and would perform these threats.
Yes, Your Honor, there's that, and then when she grabbed the complainant's leg. So there's that first physical altercation where they had to intervene, as well as whenever she grabbed the complainant's leg.
Okay, so let me just read this to you so that you also get this. It says, affiant spoke with Ivan Zamarripa, the complainant, on or about August 29th, 2024, at the Jacinto City Police Department. Ivan stated that he has dated and lives with the defendant, Jasmine, for about a year. He stated that on August 18th, he was having a verbal argument with the defendant as she did not want him spending so much time with his family members, and that the defendant hit him and scratched him and bit him. Complainant stated a couple of his family or household members began to try to separate the defendant from him. As this was going on, the defendant screamed that she was going to have her brothers come to the residence and shoot all of them, and that they were all going to die. Complainant stated the defendant also stated that she said they were all going to die, even their kids. Complainant stated that he took the threat seriously and was in fear of his family's life. And as of the date, his residence received gunshots on August 25th, 2024. He is in fear of his own serious imminent bodily injury. Complainant stated the defendant caused him and his family members to be in fear of their lives and serious imminent bodily injury. Complainant stated the defendant's assaults caused him pain and injuries. He showed photographs of his injuries from the night of August 18th, 2024. Affiant notes there were several fresh scratch marks on the complainant's back, chest, face, arm, and eye. Affiant also saw 3 fresh bite marks on the complainant. Complainant showed affiant of the incident where the defendant is holding on to the complainant's leg while she is sitting on the ground, and the complainant is trying to get away, and I heard her screaming, you're all going to die, fuck your kids. Affiant looked up the defendant's driver's license number, yada yada, compared it to the video, and positively identified the defendant as Jasmine Bautista.
Yes.
What do you got?
Your Honor, the very same day that this happened, she went to the hospital for her injuries that were caused during this incident. She filed an assault charge. I think it's one of those situations where they filed first. I have tons of pictures showing injuries all over her body. There were 6 people, family members of the defendant, that attacked my client at the house. They all attacked her, even the complaining witness on the assault here. Your Honor, if she grabbed her leg, I don't hear any statement that it caused her pain or anything to that degree that would make it a Class A misdemeanor. It seems
Here it
like it would have been
says-
appropriately filed as a Class C.
No, I mean, it says here, where does it says,
Yeah, Your Honor, the RIP was also performed as well.
okay,
And it says that the complainant called the police because she was threatening, the defendant was threatening her brothers that she would kill the complainant's family. And then the defendant was biting the complaining witness, scratching the complaining witness, hitting the complaining witness, and spit on the complaining witness's face. And that's what was listed as far as the assault in the RIP call.
do we know if that are they still communicating? Do they want to have contact or no?
Ivan wants no contact.
Okay, I am gonna find that there's probable cause. Ms. Bautista, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person, not to be in possession of any weapons. I'm gonna tell you now, I will do everything in my power to protect the city. If I hear that there's more gunshots, any kind of drive-bys or anything like that, it's just not gonna go well. You're the one that's gonna end up going to jail. So just for now, cut ties, just go on. You have kids with this gentleman? Okay, it's wonderful. Just plenty of other fish in the sea. You know what I mean? Really, so many. Just please, there's a protective order in place. I would get to know it, because if you violate the protective order, the state can they will file additional charges against you, and then it's really going to go sideways. So please, no contact, no weapons, okay? The protective order extends to him and to Raquel Zamaripa as well. Do you have any questions? So one more thing you need to understand is that the protective order limits you from going within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. So understand that you can't go over there. Even if he calls you and goes, hey, come on over, let's talk it out. I love you to death. Come on. No, if you go, you're still in violation, even if he were to ask you to go over there. So just, if he calls you, don't answer. Calls from an unknown number, hang up the phone. If he texts you, don't reply. Just, that's it. Give me questions. You have a great lawyer there. She will take care of you. She junkyard dog right there. She really. So listen to her. She'll take care of you. I will waive your appearance, but you have to stay in touch with Ms. Sims, and she'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds. I don't care what's going on there. You pick up a new case, you violate conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to make the bond 10 to 15,000. And if you don't have anyone to bond you out, you'll be stuck like Chuck. So be careful, man. Okay. So for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset. Then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Anna. Good to see you, Anna.
Council, how is
Hey.
Hey, Judge, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here on Mr. Jaggers, Jagg.
Okay.
He's in custody. I was just appointed. Victoria said we needed to speak. I have no argument for reducing bond. I talked to my client and he said, I just want to sit in here and wait out until you do your work. So I've never heard that before, but I don't know if
do you know if he's bonding out?
he's not bonding out.
You sure?
He told me, I just want to wait in here until.
Should we do a TRS now?
Might as well.
That's something that most people would say, you know?
Maybe he's in love. I don't know.
Well, that could be, but you know, that's not something that you know?
Yeah.
Do you want to set it for an eval, like a 30-day comp, or do you want perhaps just a standard like TRAS to see what, so we can kind of see where we should head?
He's not interested in any type of probation or supervision, so I don't think TRAS is really. I was doing 30-day eval setting.
Can you pull up his NCIC on Jaggers? Does he have anything else open anywhere else? Does he have any like crazy?
He has a Montgomery County thing also. He mentioned
it's open now.
I don't know.
You know, if it's something where he's like continually getting arrested, I'm not just going to do time serve and throw him out on the street.
Judge, this is Michael Pham's client that you ordered her to pay the reinstatement fee and the AMR fee. So she's done that.
Okay.
And she's on probation.
Got it. She got the amount.
Oh, yeah, yeah. AMR. That's what she wanted to. Okay. She just had to pay.
Judge, she has a pending relying on Montgomery County.
Oh.
As well as a pending resisting arrest.
Pending what?
Resisting arrest.
The two pending DWI seconds.
Yeah, I'm making the bond like way, way higher now because of that. So, Shatori, do you mind setting him for a TRS, please, on Jaggers? And then I'm going to order him if he gets out under home confinement with all this normal stuff. And then, yeah, go from there. Thanks, Will. So, hey, I'm going to do 30,003. Hey, Anna, good morning.
I'm working on Christopher Anderson. He's on bond.
Anderson. Okay. It's getting up there.
Yes. So Mr. Anderson, he had 3 charges out of the same transaction, a DWI, a PCS, and a UCW. Today was supposed to be the day the state got us the lab report. They decided to dismiss the PCS. So if I could just get a quick reset to see if he wants to plea or go to trial on the DWI and UCW.
Okay, a week?
I don't think that's a kid. You know how Donald likes to visit courtrooms?
Okay, that's it. Is Mr. Anderson here?
He's not.
Okay, it's waived anyway, so.
Okay, but he will be here next week.
Yeah, so next week, clear trial, and then just let us know.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Judge. Maybe.
sure. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Connor.
Yeah, we're approaching on Anissa Davis. She went for her drug test. Tested negative.
Wonderful.
I spoke with the state. They were willing to take out the community service hours. So now she just has the effective decision-making class today.
Okay, it's not old. It's 115 days, right? Okay, you want it just normal setting? Wonderful, you got it. Thanks, bud. Oh my, I have so many bond violations.
We love good bond violations, Judge. Bring them on. Let's go. Oh, I could fast forward it because I have that. Never mind. Hold on.
Hey, John. Ready? Mr. Morales,
Señor Morales, buenos días.
buenos días. Did you do anything?
¿Usted hizo cualquier cosa que se requería hacer? Ajá.
¿Qué hiciste?
¿Qué fue lo que hizo?
Como buscar la escuela, pero no.
Look for the school, but I couldn't find one.
No manches.
Mandaron para la nueva
Para la-
Explain to them what the situation that they sent you with AMA. What was the situation there?
Después de AMA.
After AMA, what happened?
Después de AMA fui a
After
Chicano,
AMA, I went, ¿dónde?
a Chicano.
To Chicano.
Mr. Morales,
Al señor Morales,
I want you to listen.
yo quiero que te escuche.
Whenever you put your heart into something,
Pero se pone empeño
you
hacia
can achieve anything.
usted puede cumplir cualquier cosa.
That's what's so great about this
Eso
life.
es lo maravilloso de este país.
So for you to tell me
Para que usted
that you were quiet. Stephen, you want to give them a book here?
I actually gave him one earlier, Your Honor.
Is it a boy?
It's a boy.
I like this character. She's very funny.
The turtles, maybe he'll keep people occupied. In this life,
en esta vida,
whenever you want
cuando
something,
usted quiere hacer una,
you need to go get it yourself.
usted tiene que ir a hacer.
No one's going to come to you. No one's going to give you anything. You are not the Queen of England.
Usted no es la reina de
If you really want to do something, there are plenty of resources out there to help you.
recursos allá.
For you to come here and tell me
Usted venga,
that you are unable to go
usted no
and
puede
do
ir
this class,
y hacer esa clase.
I don't believe it for a
No
second.
la creo para nada,
I don't.
para nada.
Now,
Ahora,
you will end up with
a
this
usted
DWI
va a
on your
tener
record.
con este
It's going to be there
archivo de
for the rest of your life, even after you die.
va a permanecer.
Mr. Morales, I want you to understand that you go to jail again, immigration will find you. You will not get any more PR bonds. Not only that, from now, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for anything that you pick up. And I will tell you, immigration is such that if you spend any more than 4 hours in our jails here, you will get a detainer
va a ser detenido.
and you'll be in jail for the next 6 to 9 months waiting
6 a 9
for
meses.
immigration to do whatever they're going to do. If you want to be in this country without permission,
Sin país, sin
don't
permiso,
get in trouble.
no se meta en más problemas.
You get into a car again,
Sube a otro carro de
it's
nuevo.
guaranteed bad news.
Garantizo,
Do
malas cosas van a surgir.
not
No
drive.
conduzca.
We need to come up with a name for those of us who speak only English but cannot speak English or cannot type English. We have to have another name for those of us who just can't reach English status, even though English is our first and only language. We need to come up with a name. Glish. I speak Glish. I don't speak English. I certainly can't write English. Apostrophes are very important. I speak Glish. It's my first and only language.
They've offered you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. This proverbial slap on the wrist, like I said, will not happen again. From now on, it's a minimum of, we're doing on the Class A, right? From now on, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. I will not be sympathetic, one, at all, if you pick up another DWI. You now are on notice. No alcohol or no driving if you've consumed even a little bit of alcohol, because an officer will look up your record. They will see a prior DWI. If they smell alcohol on your breath, you will instantaneously go to jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
It would be half
You
a
give up the
Glish.
right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this ever again. Do you understand?
Yes.
Still want to do this?
I knew as soon as I said apostrophes are important, Linus would say hi to me.
¿Cómo quiere hacer esto? Yes.
How do you plead to the
¿Cómo se
office
declara
of
usted
driving
de la
while
ofensa de haber
intoxicated? Guilty,
conducido ebrio,
not
culpable
guilty.
y no culpable?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Is
I
it
know
true
my
that you
way.
had a
All you gotta
0.15 or above on your breath test?
Los resultados del procedimiento.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, true to the enhancement.
Es cierto el avanzamiento.
I will sentence you to 1 day or 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 1 day that you've done.
That is a good point, BI. We can't call it Glish because Glish is not a word. And autocorrect will nail us every single time we try to use it. Autocorrect is going to nail us. So it's called glitch. We speak glitch. Glitch.
I'm going to suspend your ability to drive for 180 days. Mr. Morales,
Señor Morales,
you drive again,
de
you're
nuevo,
going to be here in this
se va a
court.
estar aquí en esta corte.
And if I see you again,
Y que lo vuelvo a ver a usted,
it's not going to go well for
no
you.
te va a salir bien.
You understand?
¿Se entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
The
Good luck.
interpreter's
That's
gonna
what they-
pull off her shoe any second now.
Judge, are we waiving this court cost? Appreciate it, Judge, thank you.
I feel your pain. I
The,
mop a whole
surcharge?
restaurant every night,
Surcharge or
and it's
waive
not
that?
pleasant.
Yeah, we normally do. I mean, I don't know if I should waive this. You know, he didn't do anything. Why do we?
Just because of my argument, he doesn't have the funds to pay.
He works, right? ¿Qué haces? ¿Cómo trabajas? ¿Y ¿Cuánto haces por mes?
Por mes, como 800.
All right. No manejes. Te digo, si tú manejas de nuevo, te voy a dar una que no puedes, caminar.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe,
Yes, Your Honor.
you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here with David Romero. It's on the docket today, Your Honor. This was a situation where you asked the client
The
for the PT.
PTI gone wrong,
Yes,
right?
sir. He did the class and submitted the form to both the DA and to Ms. Shateria, who received the forms, and I think she's kind of got tied up while we were
Yeah,
waiting.
bear with me a second. Let me get.
Yes, because she's got the information,
Okay.
and he's here to give that to you.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I assume
Very much
she's,
to Your Honor.
so you're saying ready for dismissal?
Oh, well, no, she asked, she thought so, but she asked me to please approach.
Toria, what say you?
Yes, he completed everything today. All of his fees were paid and he completed all the other.
So all is done?
All is
Okay.
done on mine.
Elena, it looks like all is done on Mr. Romero's part.
I'll follow dismissal, Judge.
Okay, all right. Good luck, Mr. Romero. Don't get into a car again, if you, especially if you've had alcohol. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
I got it.
Bye, Vicky.
That was October.
October 15th.
Okay, got it.
Oh, shoot, Linus, if you can still hear. I'm going to the vet in 2 hours to get one of my cats fixed. I don't know if it'll interfere with the judge's docket at all. Maiko, you might be alone all day. Nah, Jay's there now. There's a whole bunch of mods there now to help.
Hey, yeah.
Mr. Edenberg, page 9.
Come up, Mr. Edenberg.
This is a 12-year-old MAJ. Judge, Mr. Edenberg is gainfully employed in Dallas. He had an MAJ prior. I think he hadn't paid some fees and done community service. That MAJ was dismissed. I got an update from the CLO that you said he did do the community service and he paid half of the women's shelter fee. Other than that, this MAJ is just about fees. And he thought the case was over with after that MAJ was filed and he did his community service.
That's not true. You know that's not true. You absconded twice. Your case is 4,000 years.
So
No. I mean, your case is super duper old. You absconded multiple times and now you want leniency? Hell no.
Which is the only things he did all the things he was supposed to do except fees. Considering that the state is not opposed to just terminating it today.
I have green eyes, apparently.
With regard to the fees, his last parole officer put him in a program that was supposed to take care of the fees.
At the last.
How'd that go?
At the last probation meeting, they told me
How'd that
I
go?
was good to go on over with.
Obviously not. It's your responsibility to get to, it's no, but the problem is, Mr. Edenberg, is that if I cut you loose, then that means it's enabling you, telling you that your behavior is okay for you to do what you're doing, and it's not.
And I don't know.
And how many times have you apologized?
This is my first time. I don't know what else I could have done.
You apologized last time you were here when they already gave you another chance the last time you were here. You apologized when you got on the deferred in the first place.
The first time I came to the court on the violation, it was a mix-up with community.
There's always an excuse. There's always this and
It's
that.
not an excuse though. They said I didn't do it, but I had done it.
So Judge.
My mom stood in front of the judge with me. I billed, I paid a lawyer. We got it all taken care of. I thought I was squared away doing what I was supposed to do.
Didn't happen, man.
Well, in that time, Judge, he has not obviously had any sort of issues with whatever person was involved in that original case. He's been.
You had a heart attack and got a stent. Oh my God, we love you. Go get better. Go get better. Text us when you can. Oh my goodness gracious. Go rest. Thank you for the update. We love you, Lori.
Working, he's still in the
You run his
state. He's-
NCIC, please. Let's see, has he gotten in trouble since then? Jillian, my only question is, has he gotten in trouble since he's had this case? To me, that will be the determining factor if he's gotten in trouble. If you've gotten in trouble since then, it's a no-go.
Is Monica here? Monica, are you here?
Judge, the latest is VPO from Collin County on August 21st of this year. And
So that means he has another assault then, if he's got a VPO.
and in 2022, there was something from Louisiana as well. Domestic abuse battery.
He goes with you. Sorry, dude. Can't continue to pick up cases and expect good results. I'm issuing now a warrant. I'm going to redo this. And I'm gonna allege all those criminal violations that you've had. You can't continue to do this, man.
And looks like he has a fugitive warrant, contempt of court in 2023, also in Louisiana. July 17, 2023.
Anything else?
I don't see anything else. Pertaining to this.
Did you think this was gonna be easy?
No, sir, I didn't. I just, not 100% sure what happened. No.
You know what it is, Mr. Edenberg? Your temper. It gets the better of you and it causes all the problems that you have. And at some point, you're gonna have to learn to control that temper because hopefully, and God forbid, it puts you in a point where you can't dig yourself out of a hole, where you end up doing 50 years, 75 years because you make a rash decision. That's a life-altering, changing decision. I don't understand how something can get under your skin so bad that causes you to lose absolute control when you know that you're on probation as it is, that you have a warrant for your arrest that's 4,000 days old, and you continue to pick up cases. How on earth did we never hit him on the fugitive warrant here? You know what it was? Probably Harris County just didn't want to go pick him up out of Louisiana. That's what it was. They released you. They probably told you you had to come back here to take care of this and you never did anyways. How many times that happened? It was with you. Jillian.
John, you don't have to go
I
to
think
work
what we should do
today.
is just 30 and
You
then we
get
cut it
to go
loose,
to
and
work
then that's it.
today.
30
Have
and then just be
fun.
done with it. Yeah, and then,
John
and
just
I'm sure he's got enough to
unsubscribed.
satisfy him, then I'm not gonna sat term it, and then we will just, we'll do 30 credit for whatever, and then
Lori,
unsat.
you are constantly in
I'm
our
sure he
thoughts.
probably is sufficient. I mean,
Constantly.
If you want to call.
At least you went in and you are in good hands. Just rest and try to keep your stress at zero. Zero stress. If anybody bothers you, you come on here and tell
Let
me.
me do this other person real quick, and then I'll call fugitive for you.
That's what the. Let me make sure you have the right. Because these are going to get the same problem.
That's the, I mean, it's 134.
Yeah. And it's only a.
Yasha. Deputy Martinez, I'm gonna need you to come up. Come up. What did you test positive for?
Sir,
Is that why you keep going? I hear you over there, man.
I stopped.
Really?
So I have.
For you to test positive, that means you probably did it within the last 2 days.
Sir.
Okay, I don't believe you.
I did it. I stopped doing it probably about a little bit under a week ago, probably like 4 days ago.
Yeah, okay.
But like, I'm just being honest.
He
I'm
admits
not
that he used, but he needs help, Judge.
I've
I'm
been
gonna and I'm gonna give it to him.
I've been going into A meetings and stuff as well.
It's not working for you because you're still using, and I'm not gonna take you coming here and telling me that I've quit, I'm gonna stop. I told you that when you first got here, and that was the time when you start doing what you need to do. You now have shown me that you're incapable of stopping on your own, so
He made my
I'm
nose
taking you in.
itch.
Goes with you.
Did
No,
anybody else scratch their
you
nose
test
after that?
positive for cocaine. You have an open felony case.
Judge, we can't put as a condition of
I've
this
never
bond
done
some sort of
cocaine.
I
treatment.
already did.
Never.
I already did, Yasha.
Help, at least, Judge.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him TRAS as soon as we get him back in there. And if they say inpatient treatment, boom. But what's his last name again?
Tyrell. We can do the TRAS right now.
Yasha. If I don't take him into custody now, I'm telling him it's okay for him to do cocaine and that he's just gonna walk out of here. You think it'll ever stop? Really?
You can test him on Monday again.
He was out free and clear. He had the opportunity not to do it. He had the opportunity to clean himself. The only reason he's telling me now he wants to clean himself is because he's going in. That's the only reason, Yasha. Mr. Terrell, if you think that you're gonna use cocaine and that you're gonna walk out of here, it's just not gonna happen. Goes with you.
In the last 24 hours, Lori went through it. It was a scary story. There was someone trying to get into her house, called the police, I think, and then after it was all over, she fell, she broke some ribs, had a heart attack.
Chance, please.
I already gave you a chance.
Child, sir. I would just like one more
And
chance.
if you're using cocaine out in the free world, you have no business having a child with you.
Do you think you could give me one more chance?
No, he goes with you. Sorry, Mr. Terrell. It's not gonna happen.
Someone has to tell Monica that
I
Lori
can't let him go, man. I can't.
Monica's not here.
I know, and I'm gonna give it to him now. Can you set him up for a TRAS too, please? I'm not gonna go, I'm always setting it at 5,001. I'm not gonna go crazy, right?
5,000?
5,001, okay? Chances are he's probably gonna bond out tomorrow or the next day. Please let him know that once he does bond out, he's gonna have to come up here. And now I'm gonna test him every Monday and Thursday for him to show me that he's not using, and tell him the next time he tests positive, I will quadruple the bond. I'm only doing it to 5,001. He can be out with $500. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not,
I understand.
but now it's gonna be a lot more difficult on him, his bond conditions.
I'll let him know, Judge. I'm working.
Are you here with Terrell?
There's another Lori, not you, Lori. The lawyer, Lori. The lawyer, Lori, is having another rough day, guys. I don't know what's going on with her, but she's going through it right now. I just wish we could send her something to make it all better. She's going through it. I don't know what she's going through, but
Who are you? Okay, I can't let him go on that, man.
He actually has been working on it. He's had, you know what I mean? So
I know, I get it.
But for the last week, I would say he's been making the most.
Come on up. You can, come on, you can come. Don't be afraid. Of course.
He knows them better than I do, Judge.
No, we're not here to,
No, I get it. You're doing
you know,
your job.
right.
As I've explained, and if he wants to not deal with this, he should not choose to be here, but he's been making a concerted effort.
like to get clean. You know, so he is trying to get help. Yes, he's been keeping the crazy girls away. He doesn't go out while he doesn't sleep. You know, and being clean, he definitely has been sleeping. When he's using, you know, he's not sleeping. You know, so.
I want you to, so are you, if you are gonna bond him out, be very careful because you were on the hook for all that money. He has now a $15,000 bond upstairs. I am now gonna make his bond 5,001. What you need to understand is that if you bond him out and he breaks that bond again, you're gonna be on the hook for all that money. So I know that you love him, he's your brother, but be careful. You know, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to have him do treatment on the outside. If he bonds out, while he's in custody, I can give him treatment and it's free. He doesn't have to pay for it. If he gets out on bond, which he's gonna call you begging you to bond him out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test him 2 times a week. And if he tests positive again, I will quadruple the bond this time, right? And just, you gotta be understanding that if you pay that bond, you're gonna be on the hook for the $4,500 or 40, 44 something. So just be careful.
All right, we'll
No,
see
I
what we
think
can do.
she's
No,
Judge.
I will
through
tell you,
something.
a lot of times,
I
jail is a very
think it's a
sobering
death in the
experience.
family,
You
but I
know,
don't know.
when you're in jail and when you're coming down, it's probably one of the worst things ever. It really, especially if you're on opiates. I don't know the extent of what he's doing, but
I know that what you're saying is true. But I mean, I'm sure he's gonna get out on bond.
Oh,
But the fact
menopause.
that you're gonna
I
be
got
testing
you.
him 2 times a week, he's gonna be too afraid to go to jail. So you know, it's a good thing that you.
an addict is an addict. Sometimes, I will tell you that they're the best actors in the entire world. So if he gets out, he's out, but I'm gonna test him like crazy. And if he tests positive again, I don't care what, as you now guys see, I don't care what the excuse is. He's just, no, he cannot use marijuana either. While you're in bond, I don't care what you're using. I don't care what you're doing. You cannot use. No, no means no. I don't care if it's
Marijuana.
Then go to Oregon. Do whatever you want there.
Tourette.
Okay, but there are other things that you can take to combat Tourette's. You don't have to smoke weed.
That's pretty much the only thing that works for
Not while you're on bond for a felony choking case and you're here with an interference with an emergency request for
Cookie
assistance.
crumbs, you
It's not
have
gonna
to
happen.
dig. You
He's gonna
gotta
have to deal with
dig
it.
to
He's
get
gonna
them
have to
out. You
find
can't
another,
just- That don't work.
another way to self-medicate. He can always go to a psychiatrist, talk to psychiatrists, and they can give you different, things to help combat what you're facing and the
Monica,
demons that you're
wait,
facing. There are
wait,
plenty of
are
other
you still
things,
here?
right?
Did you rewind it yet?
And that's why you keep taking it until you find someone that works. Find some, when you get on the psychotropic medication, it's never one, it's never the second medication you take. It might be the fourth.
Monica, you're a little late, but what happened was Lori came in. Lori Loves Law came in, and you know how she passed out yesterday and broke her ribs? She went to the ER and she had a heart attack. She's fine. They put a stent in. She can't come and chat. Um, she's just resting. She can watch though, so she can hear. So if you want to tell her anything, I will read it out to her. If you didn't rewind it and then you missed this part. Lori, I don't know if she rewound it, but I'm sure that she is rooting for you.
It might be the fifth. At some point, that's why they have so many, because everybody has such an adverse reaction. At some point, you will get the one that fits well with your body.
Just, you know,
I'm not gonna let him smoke weed.
it is what it is.
Right. You're just gonna have to deal with it until the case is over with. And at that point, go to Oregon if you wanna do it. Go to California, I don't know, does Arizona, can you smoke weed in Arizona now? Oh, Colorado, right, Colorado. But here in Texas,
Legal, isn't it, Judge?
where?
Medical marijuana?
It may be
That's
under
not
a
illegal.
prescription, it may be as
Sandra
for to
Johnson
combat
says, Lori,
PTSD
take
or
care.
other, but while you're on bond for a felony choking case, in this case, I'm not gonna let you use it. That's it. When you're done and clear and You know, what you do on your own time it's on you. When you're here on bond, I'm not gonna let you use any kind of illegal drugs. The legislature is still, it's illegal. I'm not gonna let you use illegal drugs. That's it. It is illegal. Yes. I'm not gonna let, sir, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm telling you how it is, and that's it.
It's illegal, yes, for sure.
All right. I'm making it a condition of his bond that he's not allowed to consume marijuana, THC, and or cocaine, meth. That's it. Okay. All right, guys. So he will,
To Judge,
Yasha, he'll auto-populate for tomorrow. You're welcome to come back tomorrow. You can zoom in.
I have a case, Raymond here tomorrow, so.
Okay.
That's the only way I'll ever date again, is if I'm in my car eating a rotisserie chicken with my fingers, and he says, "Yep, that's the one for me." That's the one I want for the rest of my life. No makeup, hair messed up, chicken everywhere. That's the only way I'll go out on a date again. Lori, Monica's thinking about you. Monica loves you.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
He's got 1 day credit. I'd ask the court to set bail at this time. I spoke with his mother who's here. All of the issues that were read, obviously Louisiana stuff is kind of, it's not well documented in their system,
When?
but,
When I'm eating the chicken.
all of those things are
Never
disputed
mind.
and.
His last name again?
Edenberg.
Oh, Edenberg. That's right.
EDIN. These VPOs, apparently there's a protective order that doesn't exist actually, and they're willing to fight those cases.
If I ever went on a date, I would never tell him about this channel because I would come here and vent every night. That's what he did now.
But obviously they're not here in this county and that's a process. So while they're fighting that out, ask that he can remain on bail. His family's confident that once they are able to show that those cases are invalid.
You get a PR bond, do you know?
I think he has an envelope, so I think he just got something in the mail saying to be here. I didn't see a capious issue.
You look to see.
He posted surely on the MAJ.
Okay, can you amend the motion to add all the new cases that he picked up while he was out on bond?
It has to be.
Judge, you're baking poor Lori. Get to her. She needs to get home.
And then I'm gonna need you guys to get the JNSs from all those places, please.
Gary, thank you. Good. Good.
Considering he just posted surety.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let him out, but I'm gonna put him under strict conditions now.
Yes, sir.
Put an ankle monitor on him. I'm gonna. Hey, you didn't send Edenberg down, did you? Okay.
Where do y'all live now? Where? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to amend the MAJ. I'd like you to add on all the, yeah, and then we're gonna have a hearing as to whether I'm gonna revoke him or not. But I'm gonna have a hearing, and I'm gonna tell you that if they prove it to me that he's picked up all these cases, it's really not gonna go well for him. So let him know.
Understood.
So he can do the 30, we'll set him off, but I'm gonna have him get all the JNSs for everything, and then are you able to pull up the NCIC to do that? Okay, can you print out an NCIC search? Do you know how to?
How many days do you have to work?
Can you email? Okay, if you can email it to Shatoria. You need a last name? Let me see. Oh, okay.
Judge, how much are you gonna set the bond?
No, I'm gonna leave it as is. But I'm gonna put conditions on it. You could confirm, you guys confirm that he did pay a surety bond.
Yeah, that's it, that's true.
Okay, if he paid a surety bond, I'll let him out on the surety. I don't want him to get a PR bond. But if he paid a surety, I'm gonna let him stay on the surety. Bond will continue, but I'm gonna put a whole host of conditions on him. He gets an ankle monitor today because he's a flight risk. Do you mind bringing him out, please?
Judge,
Yeah. Hey, Lori.
on Myra Robinson, she called me this morning and told me that she was in the hospital with her blood pressure high and they won't release her until until it goes down. I was wondering if we can get her set for bond forfeiture.
Yeah, I mean, why does this always happen with the cases that are 1900 days old, you know? I mean, what the hell?
Do you want it for tomorrow or Monday?
Well, no, I guess let's just do Monday.
Okay.
And I'm setting it SFBF. If she doesn't show up Monday, I'm gonna make her bond like 10 times how many days she's been absent.
Yes, sir.
One more thing. Did you get my text about?
Yes, Mr. Shelby, we can put it on Monday.
Monday? Okay.
Okay.
No, oh yeah, Robinson S. So what day you say, Monday?
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
All right, thanks, Judge.
Okay, bye. Bye, Lori.
You said 2 cases?
Yeah, let's see. It's a BVR here that I have that I'm gonna give it to you here momentarily.
I liked Will's jacket. It looked very nice.
Here's what we're going to do, Mr.
Before you give those conditions, he does live in Louisville, Texas, which is near Dallas, and he works up there. He's willing to come to court, but I don't want to restrain him to Harris County. He has nowhere to live here
Okay.
specifically.
I'm not happy with you. I'm extremely upset with you in light of the fact that you continue to pick up cases. And I'm now adding all those additional charges to the motion to revoke. And if they prove it to me that you have picked up all these cases, holy moly, you were looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm sending you now for a drug test to see what, if anything, you have in your system. If you have something hardcore, you will be expected to come back to court tomorrow. I'm also putting an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. The next time you take flight, I will 10 times the bond that you have now. Do you understand? I'm ordering you also as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. You will not get any waived appearances. We will I'd like to set this for a hearing now. However, how long do you think it will get to JNS's?
I don't know, Judge.
Okay, let's do this. I'm setting it off for 1 week. You must be back here next week, so we can figure out where we're going to go. And in the week, if you can start doing the research to find out how to get JNSs on all those cases, because what we're gonna have to do is probably bring a fingerprint expert to match his fingerprints from the JNSs to the fingerprints here, so that we can prove that it's actually him that picked up those cases. I'm absolutely serious, but with a 4,584 day old assault, and then you pick up all these other cases while you're on bond, I'm not having it. It's not fair to everybody else who actually complies. So I'm gonna give you time, right? Not not a crazy amount of time, but enough time to do the research, because I think it'd be a great thing to do as well. So we can all do the, it'd be an interesting thing as far as, anyways. All right, Mr. Edenberg, I'm sending you for a drug test now. You will get the ankle monitor on you here today. And then after that, I will see you in a week and we will go from there. You pick up a new case between now and any more at all, because every time you come here, I'm going to run your complete criminal history and I have a nationwide search to see what, if anything, you've picked up and you're on bond. Do you understand? Okay. All right, thanks.
Right this way.
I'm still not able to sign the conditions on Bautista.
I think if we're talking about food, I should pull out this. I have a YouTube video. I have a short YouTube video on some food. I'm going to play real quick. Real quick. Hold on. Don't start yet. Hold on. Can you just stop? Hold on. I got to wait for it to go to the beginning. I don't see the thing.
Yes, I do. It's the strange sandwich, peanut butter, mayonnaise, and pineapple.
And you remember what he had for lunch?
One more time.
Yes, I do. It's the strange sandwich, peanut butter, mayonnaise, and pineapple.
Hi, Fozzie. I really, ever since I heard that, I really want to try it, guys. I do. I have to try it. I just don't have any pineapple right now. I have mayonnaise, I have peanut butter, I have bread, but I, out of all the things to put in the sandwich, what are the chances that I get a mayonnaise and pineapples food in a video? 0. What did I get? I wonder what Judge Fleischer would think about that sandwich. Maybe I will make him one and ship it over.
Hey. You okay?
Yes, we're gonna have a plea in Mr. Bazil's case in just a few moments.
Oh, is this the last one? Are we out of cases? Look, he's leaning. Oh,
Still
there
have
we
me
go. We
very
got another
curious
one.
about that.
Have anything upstairs as well?
No, Judge.
Just this?
Yes, sir.
I like when this lawyer and the judge argue about law.
There it is, Queen. I'm sorry, it's circumstance. Come in, swing this.
Good morning, Mr. Bazil.
Good morning.
Holy moly. Well, did you represent him upstairs?
No, Judge.
So, Mr. Bazil, you have a very, very violent history. And what I like to ask people is, you've been to prison before, right?
No, sir.
Take my word for it when I tell you it sucks. It really, really sucks. It's not a fun thing. How can one person get under your skin so much that you're willing to risk yourself to be put in the 6x9 box for many, many years? There's so many other fish in the sea that it's not worth it one iota to let someone get under your skin so much that you threaten, hit, do anything. You know that if you were to literally turn around and just say, see you later, just walk away, you know how much more angry and upset that would make that person, other than you getting upset and just unleashing on them? You know how much more upset it would make them for you to be calm, cool, and collected? This life really sucks to live in the 6x9. You know, it really, really does. You, with us, you know, and you're just very, very lucky. I see that you have a felony deadly conduct. That's a 2nd-degree felony. You're looking at 2 to 20 in the penitentiary. Usually those types of cases, when they're found guilty, you're looking at 10, 12 years plus. They reduce it to a Class A misdemeanor for you to do 1 year in Harris County Jail. That's just a screaming deal. No. I'm just trying to get to you. How can someone really get under your skin that much? You know what I mean? Life's just way too damn short. Now, with us, you're pleading guilty to this violation of protective order. What you do need to understand is that you're pleading to this. It's going on your record. You are now on notice that if you continue with this same type of conduct as alleged in the VPO, within a certain amount of time, being 1 year or 2 years, they can allege it as a continuous violation of a protective order and hit you with a 3rd-degree felony. So what I'm trying to tell you is don't. Because if you do, you may be well looking at another 2 to 10 in the penitentiary real quick.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Was this a family member?
Well, the allegation is going by the home of a family member's house, yes.
Well, my question is because, should I put an affirmative finding? That's why. Because if it's a family member, I'm going to put an affirmative
Well,
finding.
there's no allegation of violence as part of this, so there'd be no, we don't think a finding would be appropriate under that circumstance. Because the allegation is going within a distance of a protected area.
And this is really quick too. I mean, you picked this up just like a week ago, right? 2 weeks ago?
Yes, that's right, Judge.
Yep, you're ready to do this though, right?
Yes.
So how do you plead to the offensive violation of a bond condition or protective order? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Donald?
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. Understand?
I'm sorry, Judge, it should be credit time served at this point.
I thought I saw 1 day. Oh, 14 days, sorry. I missed the 4. Big difference.
Thank you, sir.
Well, just, man,
Understand.
too short. Come on. All right. How do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, send you to the green. Good luck, Mr. Brazil.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck. Yeah, because otherwise that would make it a 90-day.
Hi, Hedwig.
Best statements of advice I've ever been given. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. And that's
Well,
exactly.
that's a great line.
But it's exactly what you just said. And
I mean, such a violent history. My goodness. And just,
well, and there's so many cases that are upstairs that
I thought he was telling the judge not to make permanent decisions on temporary feelings.
5 minutes of walking away from wouldn't be there. So
crazy. And like all of his cases are like that too. Terroristic threat, assault, terroristic threat. Oof. Hopefully he gets it, you know? We'll see soon.
thanks, Judge.
Well, guys,
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Of course. You did great.
over.
Killed it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's all over. The stream is done. I have nothing more. Thought the judge would go for another couple hours. No, we did it. We made it through another stream. Lori, hope you get better soon. I hope they checked everything out. I'm just so thankful you went in. Oh my gosh, women don't go in. We feel pain and we're like, oh, it's just gas or something else, and then they don't go in, and then it's too late. Whew. Bloopers? We should have a bloopers reel. I always cut them out. No, I believe you, Amanda. I do not have green eyes. But men keep telling me, "Oh, your green eyes are pretty." It was great spending another stream with you guys. I might do a long stream today for members only. We'll see if sleep takes me or if the vet takes me. Um, Fozzie, have a good day at work. Go over to Discord, guys. If you want, you can go into the voice channel and talk to each other. You can go into the Wine Away channel if you are having some medical issues and you just want to vent, then go. Go into Discord if you post memes. Memes are the best. That's the best channel I have in Discord is the memes channel because it's funny and a bit inappropriate. So don't go there if you're gonna complain. It's inappropriate. The kitty will do fine. These doctors are amazing, amazing. Go in, they fix the cat and then they do all the heartworm and all the shots and everything and everything's fine. And every cat that I have gotten back has just bounced right back. The best mods ever are on this channel. I don't care what anybody says. The best mods ever, ever, ever. Thanks, never mind. I'm gonna enjoy my day. I always enjoy my day. I love my days and my nights. Thanks for coming out, guys. I really, really, really appreciate it. See y'all. Oh, did it again. Do it every day, so you guys should be used to it now. Got my outro. Showed my daughter the outro. She said it was too long, so I'm gonna make it longer. Just kidding. Bye, guys.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.